Okay, hello everyone. I just bought a USB mic. Let's see if we can make this work. So, this is game 3 of my match against silviaWataru. It is the finals of the last challenge that I won. And Wataru is on blue-black reanimator. So in this matchup, what we really want is graveyard hate, which means this hand is actually quite good. We're pretty happy to keep it. Okay, he starts with 7 and goes Thoughtseize, taking our Macabre. That's not great, but I mean it's fine. So now we start with Wasteland and Soul Guide, and the reason we go Wasteland is that I'm really afraid that he might have a Wasteland and this would be a disaster for us. It's obviously quite better to go Yavimaya plus Debs and Rumble and try to find a attachment stage, but I really don't want to play this Yavimaya until I can Rumble on the same turn. Okay, he does have a Wasteland, so I feel pretty happy about it. Now I'm not that scared, I'm gonna find something, so I just played the Rumble. Okay. I decide to take the Yavimaya here for a few reasons. Well, first of all, he has a Wasteland. It's very likely that he will destroy my Yavimaya. But also because I prefer having Boseiju in my graveyard, so I can loam it back. Boseiju is actually a pretty good card here, because it can destroy Animate Dead, so it acts as another piece of graveyard hate, which is all that you want really. Okay, he cycles a Troll. And he goes after my Wasteland and passes. Okay, so what does this tell me? Him doing this makes me believe that he might not have more lands in hand, that he's really trying to protect his Underground Sea. Because Wasteland is a really useful land here. Generally you want to keep it to destroy my Depths or my Testament Stage. So this gives me some information. Okay, my turn. I draw a Rumble. I decide to cast my Loam using my Spawn instead of playing a land. And the reason for that is that I want to Wasteland him. Generally, you don't really want to be trying to mana deny the deck that can win off a single basic swamp. But in this case, first he showed me that he might not have further lands, but also I'm pretty good against Graveyard. I have a Macabre and a Soul Guide Lantern, so my only concern really is a Harbinger. I saw his list and he didn't have a Harbinger in his latest list, but still I feel like I'm so safe against the Graveyard that I can afford to play around the Harbinger. He thinks a lot about this decision here, and he ends up using Petty Theft on my Soul Guide. I could have opted to exile his Graveyard, but of course not, because I have a Macabre, which he doesn't know about. So he tries to reanimate. I just use my Macabre. I really cannot afford to have him have anything on the battlefield. I decide not to Loam because I'm not gonna play Loam this turn. I have to get down my Soul Guide Lantern. I use the Rumble and I get an easy expedition map, Needle is not very useful anymore. I'm not afraid of Wasteland at this point, so map should be pretty good. I go ahead and play my Soul Guide, and it resolves. Take away the reanimate, so Murktide is smaller. Now I can loan back. So now I have an option on what land to play. I could have gone for Wasteland, and but to be honest, I was a bit afraid of having to waste my Soul Guide Lantern on a troll. He had trolls on the graveyard, and then I would have no graveyard hate for an Atraxa or something like that. So as much as I'm trying to play around Harbinger, I decide, and I think it's the correct choice, to just get rid of his graveyard, get rid of his trolls, and now my Soul Guide Lantern is useful for the really big threats, for the Atraxas and the other guy. I think he's been drawing lands. I think he didn't have that many lands. Okay, I draw a Crop Rot. And now I have the combo online. Having the combo online means I don't have to Wasteland, because if he goes for Harbinger, well, I just combo. So he tries to reanimate an Atraxa. I have a Soul Guide. He's trying to brute force his way out of it. Here I choose not to go for Depths End of turn, because he could have a Borrower, but also because I have a Crop Rotation in hand, so next turn I can protect my Merit Lage, and I'm not in a hurry. Play this Wasteland so I can... Okay. So now he goes for the Borrower, and with 2 cards in hand, I decide to, I can just go for my Merit Lage here, because I'm pretty sure I'll be able to protect it from whatever needs. I have a Crop Rot for Sejiri Steppe or Bojuka Bog, so I'm not really afraid of anything. He has no creatures in the graveyard. This plays around Wasteland, of course, that's why I do it on my turn. So he goes on Tomb, Animate Dead, but now my Boseiju costs 1 mana. I can destroy it and still keep my rotation up. And he has a second Reanimate spell, but it doesn't matter. I get an Echoing Deeps for my Bojuka Bog, and now the game is mine, because I can just crack my Expedition map for a Sejiri Steppe, and that's it. I just won the game, won the tournament. Let me pause here.